interesting enough when you're here in Catalonia. The lack of overtaking opportunities and absence of long braking zones make it vital for a driver to put in their best during qualifying. Keep an eye out for action unfolding in turn 1. This is the primary overtaking spot of Catalonia, as it's a heavy braking zone at the end of a long DRS straight.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Racers Driving League for season number 15, round 8 of the championship, the Spanish Grand Prix, here from the newly remodified Barcelona Catalonia circuit. I'm your host, Zach RC, bringing you through all the action for tonight's race. Unfortunately, on my own once more, as my co-commentator Touch with Hope is not here. We'll be able to hear from him in a few moments' time when he takes the track for the RDL's first ever live commentated lap in qualifying. So looking forward to getting that one underway, and he'll let us know when he's ready to get that underway. But in the meantime, first few cars making their way out onto the circuit. Badman, the first car out on the racetrack. Qualifying getting underway here in Spain. Of course, the big storyline being in terms of the circuit, the final two corners, which have now been brought back to their original layout. The chicane is now long gone, and by general opinion, no one wanted it anyway, let's face it. So we'll see how the drivers tackle that one tonight. There's quite a bit of time now to get acquainted with the game. It's been about 2 months or so, or over 2 months since the game came out. And we'll have to hear here from Pope, who is no doubt on his way, was ready to head out. PJ Callaghan, his teammate, out on the racetrack. So we'll see what the first McLaren can do. Pope reserving once again for McLaren tonight. He was with, if I remember correctly, he was with, I've forgotten who he was. I'm sure it'll remind me when we get going again. But yeah, I'm just waiting for him to give the signal, and we'll be ready to go.
Here we are.
There we go. Hello.
We're back in the commentary booth in a very different way. How are we doing tonight, Zach?
I'm very excited, Pope. Welcome back to the commentary box. Even if it's only for a short little visit, I'm sure you'll hopefully get to stop by later. Should we see a rare DNF? Of course, coming off a win last week in Monaco, but Spain, quite a different circuit. How are we going to handle this one?
It's both high downforce, and I think that's the only similarity they have. Very hard to overtake as well, I guess. But I'm very excited. I love this track. So I'm excited to see what I can do once again. Hopefully carry on the momentum from Monaco here into Spain.
Yeah, I'm quite looking forward to this one myself. I did a Cremo race on Spain the other night, which will be coming out at some point over in the week perhaps. So those of you who are on my channel regularly, look out for that. And if you aren't subscribed, make sure to do that already. Pope on his way through towards the last sector on the circuit. So Pope, are you ready to do the RDL's first ever live commentated lap? Because this is a big moment. This is historic.
Yeah, a lot of pressure, but no, I'm very excited. It'll be really cool to do this, and hopefully it gives other drivers an incentive to do so as well. But yeah, so final sector here we go, making sure we do not get in anyone's way. That is the main thing you don't want to do in qualifying. Coming through the final two corners, obviously the new remodeled section of the track, and we're going to make sure we're flat out for this final corner as Badman takes a 1:11. Something's going on here with my brake pedal. This is
Oh yeah, I know.
Let's hit a lap. There's an issue with the braking of my car.
I don't believe it.
I was wondering why I was not gaining any speed, but yeah. So turn 1 and 2. Normally you want to take this as fast as you can and brake heavy turn 1 section. Make sure we do not lock up though. You don't want to go into there. Jeez, that's a fantastic lap. Turn 4 as we're coming through now, and try as fast as possible. We might have to redo this again. I might have to come out on the same set of tyres, and once I've figured out what the issue is with my brake pedal, but this is a very bizarre thing.
I did not expect this to go the way it
off the
did.
comms, I'll let you carry on, and I'll do it on my next lap.
Okay, right, so yeah, you give us a heads up when you're coming back through again. Well, that was an eventful start to what was meant to be a very enjoyable moment in this qualifying session, but Pope had to have another go here on this same set of mediums. I mean, of course, if there will come a point at some point where we will just let him get on with qualifying because we don't want to jeopardise his chances. The fact that he has decided to do this. In terms of everyone else then, so Cheese in the Red Bull had a very solid race last week in Monaco. Came home with 7th place in the end, but had a very good race overall as Shane retires from the session in the Haas just on the left there. So one car already out, but his best time 1:11.9. Cheese the pole sitter right now. Well, no, forgive me, I am completely mistaken. Shane was off in the last corner, and that was Huggy we're following. Huggy back for tonight, reserving for the Haas team. Have they the best start to the season? 11 points to their name from 7 races. The championship leaders and the constructors currently sit as Alfa Romeo as Huggy takes it off into the gravel. Massively wide on the exit there. 1 minute 13.6, Huggy's best time. Here comes Lycon now, the AlphaTauri. Didn't race last week in Monaco's last race, which was Imola, was a 3rd place finish. The Sniper Hunter goes over the line, sets pole position in the Alpine. He's got debutant Jensen Jai next. We'll call him Jensen for short. That'll probably make things a lot easier on us. There's C110P fan in Mercedes out on the racetrack here. So Fan then was awarded the win last week, as Pope did win the race, but he's only a reserve, so no points are scored. So in terms of points, Fan took home the full 25. He now sits 13 points back in the driver's standings from Mr. TJ, who now leads after Monaco. Sniper Hunter now on pole position, but still 7 points back in the standings. TJ down there in 10th place in qualifying right now. 1 minute 12.1 is best effort. We know he can do better. I see one of the McLarens making their exit, and that is Pope, so hopefully we'll get to see him again. Back out onto the racetrack. Just see him just testing his brakes there, make sure everything's all working okay. Putting it off over into the grass there. Still waiting on 6 drivers to set their qualifying laps. That's both Williams cars, both AlphaTauris, JB, and now Pope's come back through for a second effort. Looks like his brakes are working. Pope, can you hear us, mate? You still with us?
Yeah, we had some more technical difficulties. We had to go for a full wheel restart this time. Every time I press the throttle pedal, it wants to change me up again. So it was working fine in time trial. Ah!
Oh my god!
Right, yeah, there's something going seriously wrong with my wheel. So, yes. Oh, yeah, it's.
We don't want to stop there. You might get beached, so let's not do that.
Yeah. So guys, welcome to RDL. To Pope commentated again. I've never had this experience before in my life. I don't know why it's doing it, but I just don't get why it's changing my gears when I'm throttling. If my brake is working, but not for the right thing.
That is very strange. Oh,
shit.
Be careful. Very good
language, guys. I don't normally drive on a controller, so this is new to me, as it will be to you guys.
I think honestly we may have to just cap off the shots.
Yeah, I might not even be qualified at this point, guys. So I'll let you carry on with the session. Yeah, sorry about this, guys. It was worth a shot.
Hopefully next week, maybe.
Yeah, let's hope so.
Well, I have my excuse to get him into the comments box. So positive there. So Pope, thank you regardless for joining us in the comments box for this attempted commentated lap. And that'll be that. So he'll get himself back to the pit lane. We'll get focused on the rest of the session now. Here comes JB on his out lap here. He may run into Pope at the end. Nope, just managed to get him out of the way in time. So here comes JB then in the throw off the last corner and towards the line. A very solid race. 2nd place in Monaco last week, or gifted the points for 2nd after the 3rd place finish, where of course still finished on the podium. So a fantastic result for Ferrari. Puts them up to 4th place in the constructors standings in front of Red Bull. They've got some work to do here. Of course, think back to the start of the season. Badman had a brilliant start to this campaign. He's up in 4th place right now, so he's had a very impressive rookie season so far. But things have not gone well for him since. Looking at his previous results since his 5th place finish in Australia, which is the last. He's had 4 point scoring finishes. So he scored in Bahrain, scored in Saudi Arabia, scored again in Australia, failed to score in both Baku and in Miami, scored at Imola, and didn't start the last race at Monaco. So he's come back after 2 weeks out. So Badman now, he's running P4, so things are looking good for him. See BJ there in 3rd place, back out on the racetrack once again. Landlord there in 5th place, reserving for Ferrari tonight. Lucky Lambert not with us. But still, regardless of full-time drivers or reserves, full grid for the race tonight. And Spain itself is always a brilliant track. See someone go over the line there. That was Mr. TJ, who's put himself on the front row there. Very solid lap. 1 minute 11.5. That puts him about just over a 10th behind Sniper Hunter. If Sniper was to win this race and set the fastest lap, he takes the lead of the championship outright. Of course. Amazingly, after the first 7 rounds of this season, neither TJ nor Sniper Hunter has won a race this season. Only in one of the 2 races have one of these 2 drivers not finished on the podium. Consistency has put them far and away ahead. Fan has 3 wins to his name this season, as does... Sorry, Grimio has 2 wins to his name, because I haven't been here with us for a little while. Websy has the 1 from Baku, and BJ 1 at Imola. So, we've had a number of different race winners so far. By my count, we have 4 race winners from the first 7 rounds. Oh, and there's contact between the 2 Mercedes cars there. And Fan with a 5-place grip penalty after putting it on the front row. And that can only be very frustrating after a fantastic lap that put him up into 2nd place. I know it looks like we're starting down as low as 7th right now. Cheese is up in Sector 1. Into Sector 2. He's down. There goes Jensen into the pit lane. So BJ has to struggle back around now with no front wing on the car. He's got 7 minutes to go, so still plenty of time to make things happen. He's still in P5, so it's not too bad for him right now. There's JB, who's running P7 at the moment. Snipe Hunter goes fastest again by a good half a second there. 1 minute 11.063. And could he be the driver to perhaps break into the 1 minute 9, sorry, 1 minute 10, sorry. Yellow flag, and that is the McLaren of Pope, who's again having problems. I think he's stuck. Is he stuck? Wait, no, he's getting out. He's good, he's good. But I have no idea as to what's happening to him. Oh, there he goes, and that's it. After several issues there, Pope out of qualifying, and will start last for the race. Unbelievable. Snipe Hunter and Cheese go charging on through. Yellow flag in the last couple of corners. Majority of cars in the down the pit lane now. There goes BJ back in to make the change to his front wing and get himself back on the track. Let's go for one final run. We've got plenty of time left in the session. There's Websy running in P6 right now for Williams. Snipe Hunter and Cheese out there with him. They're only the 2 cars on the racetrack. Sniper into the pits. Cheese no doubt follow him in. So Cheese into the pit lane then. And we'll see Giles start to go for their final runs here. I see Landlord making his way out onto the racetrack. Cheese makes his way in. Lycon is out on the racetrack. So we're about to see both AlphaTauris out there. Fergie time. Fergie time has the slowest time so far. So 1 minute 31.3. So hopefully he can try and improve that. Courtney Goblin, the last car, waiting to set a lap time. Look how close qualifying is right now. Save for the gap between Snipe Hunter and C110P Fan. That gap is not looking like much at all here. Let's have a look at the actual gap. There. Look at that. About 6/10 or so separating 2nd to 14th. So qualifying separated by very fine margins with just 4 minutes left to go in this session. So Lycon into turn 1 here, running P14 right now. Looking to improve on that effort. Again, just the 15 points to his name this season from that podium at Imola. He has the 15 points that are going AlphaTauri's way. They're 17 right now in the Constructors' Championship. Running in P8 as it stands. Alpine are 19 points off the lead coming into today. Mercedes are 30 back from the top, and Ferrari quite a way back, 89. So again, the big 3, Alfa Romeo, Alpine and Mercedes, really going at it. 3 minutes to go. We're starting to see Jarvis come back out there for their final runs. Landlord is up in the first sector, but needs more time. As it stands right now, he could probably put himself perhaps even in front of JB in the other Ferrari. So we'll see what he's got here for this lineup, for this second sector. We're right on board with him here. through turn 8 and now towards the blind right of turn 9. DRS deployed as he makes his way towards the last left-hander. Well, next left-hander, sorry. He's now almost 4 tenths up, so could be looking at potentially up on that second row. Needs to be a good exit here, and around he goes! And a good lap goes, unfortunately, cascading out the window for Landlord there. And over the line he goes. 1 minute 23.2 in the end. See, old Scotsman out the track. He's a 10th up on his previous effort, 10th and a half. He comes out off of turn 9. That's a very aggressive exit from the Aston Martin. He's still 10th and a half up. Minute and a half left to go in qualifying. And almost everyone out on the racetrack here. Badman is on his way out. He may be able to get around in time. We'll have to wait and see here. It'll be very close, but I think he'll be the last one. Lycon, Jensen, and Fergie time all staying in the pit lane. Drivers on the outlap style looking to try and find some clean space. There is Sniper Hunter. Again, he's up right now by almost half a second. Yellow flag. Now got Sniper on the line to start his final lap. Fan his way through, 50 more seconds to go. So very close for Badman here. Waiting to see if he can get around in time. He sits P10 right now. He could fall down the order if he doesn't get around in time. Yellow flag up front. That was Courtney Goblin, who has yet to set a lap in qualifying, so you get one chance. Over the line to start his first and final lap. Where is Badman? Might get round in time. Be very close. I think he will make it. Depends on his exit now. He makes it with 5 seconds on the clock. And the checker flag is up and waiting as Scotsman comes into the pit lane. Here we go then. Checker flag has fallen on qualifying. Cheese is the first car to come round. And Cheese towards the line. It's going to be close. Doesn't improve. He's 3 tenths down. TJ's invalidated. So we go now to PJ Khaled in the McLaren. He was down in the second sector, coming towards the line now. Can he improve? He can't improve. Loses out by a 10th. Here comes Landlord over the line. Stays P12. So Mega wrong the last sector. Sniper Hunter in the pit lane here. One of the Mercedes over the line. Fan improves by about 2 tenths. But it's not enough. Stays in second. Websy. Oh, has missed the pit entry by the looks of it. And gets out of the way to allow the Alfa Romeo of Curtis through. Curtis goes P9. BJ goes third. Websy goes to 6th. Courtney Goblin goes 15th. Huggy Bear and Badman, the last 2 cars to come round. We'll see how Badman's looking. He's only just up. Huggy over the line. And Badman, I think improved there. Badman goes 6th in the qualifying, but that is it. So Sniper Hunter then puts the car on pole position. And Fan alongside him, but Fan with that 5-second penalty will start in P7. So BJ on the front row and TJ in third. So we'll go through your top 10 then before we go to the intermission. Sniper on pole, followed by Fan will start 7th, BJ 3rd, TJ 4th, Cheese in 5th, Badman 6th, Websy 7th, Lycon 8th, Jensen on his debut in 9th, and Curtis takes the last spot in the top 10. So we'll be back then in a few minutes time for the start. Make sure to stick around. Here we go then, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Spanish Grand Prix, round number 8 of the season 15 of the Racers Driving League. And we are moments away from getting underway for the start of what should be a very entertaining 8th round of the 23 that make up this season. So, in terms of the Drivers' Championship then, Mr. TJ leading Sniper Hunter by 7 points. Those two cars starting first and third. Sniper on the pole. BJ there in second after Fan's grid penalty. Moves him down to 7th place in the order. There's a decent spread of tyres. Sniper and TJ on the mediums. Got 6 or 7 cars, 8 on the hards. Look at about another 8 on the mediums and then 4 on the softs. I've been told, unfortunately, that Pope won't start thanks to the issues experienced during qualifying. So drive around for the first lap and retire the car in the pit lane. So unfortunately, hopefully we'll have him back with us next week in Canada. And the week after that, I'm here in the comms box for Austria. So, hope we're all looking forward to seeing him back. A Sniper Hunter, the pole sitter, takes his place at the front of the grid. He's got BJ alongside him. And his championship rival TJ, the championship leader, behind him in 3rd place. What a season it's been so far. The two title protagonists so far are yet to win a race between them. As the last 2 cars, there's Pope taking his place at the back of the grid as we get ready for action now. 5 red lights for the Spanish Grand Prix. Lights out, foot to the floor, race on, go, go, go. Great getaway there from Sniper on the outside over BJ as they charge towards turn 1, moves over to the left to cover off the Mercedes. TJ on the outside, might try and get in front, it goes cheese to the inside, might try something into that first corner. Badman is outside, Websy behind him. BJ and TJ side by side through turns 1 and 2, 3 wide for the back. Sniper's got away nice and clean here, cheese on the inside of TJ now. BJ and Mercedes gets out in front. TJ and Cheese side by side into turn 4, getting very close to contact there. The Red Bull and the Alfa Romeo. Badman lurking behind, trying to make something happen there. End of the first sector, it's Sniper who leads, followed by BJ, then Cheese on the outside, and now TJ. Yellow flag behind him, and that is the Huggy Bear in the Haas, who's returning tonight. Unfortunately, down the order and at the back of the pack, and the Top Cat's gone off too. Not a good start for either one of those 2 cars, unfortunately, as they get themselves back in the action. Sniper leads BJ, then Cheese, then leads TJ, Badman, then Lycon. Curtis a bit further back. Top 6 has pulled away a little bit here. Curtis almost a second off of Lycon right now. Got a bit wide there through turn 11. Then Websy and C110P fan in P9 who's lost 2 places. JB's gained 1. He rounds at your top 10. Sniper then leads the first lap. And there comes Pope then into the pit lane. Unfortunately to withdraw from the race. But again, hopefully we'll see him back in Canada next week. Hopefully the issue will be solved. So Sniper leads then. About 8 tenths over Cheese in 2nd place now. BJ running in 3rd, TJ in 4th. So Cheese then gained 2 places here. Now he's on the warpath, looking to close down the race leader. Yellow flag in sector 2. Pope despawns in the pit lane and the race is now back on once again here. BJ and TJ, their gaps in terms of the leaderboard there are a bit skewed, if I'm being entirely honest. Not entirely sure what the problem is there. Into the last 2 corners. See, look how much faster they go here. Look at just over 160 miles an hour. Connie Gobbins falling back here. He's down to P18 now. Sniper Hunter sets the fastest lap once again. And this is where things get interesting, ladies and gentlemen, because DRS has been deployed. Now 2 DRS zones on this circuit. 1 into turn 1 and 1 into turn 10. BJ looking to the outside though. Neither one of them come into effect here until later on the lap. And Connie Gobbins out the race. And a virtual safety car has been deployed. And Sniper Hunter's reign in the race lead is slowed to some extent. It's about 3 seconds here under the VSC. Because Cheese adhering to Delta a lot more. Sniper already slowing up now. We're hoping CJ was avoiding getting any drive-throughs for not being allowed with the Delta when the VSC comes to an end. Well, we won't know when that is. Sniper's lead reduced back to the 1 second there was that. And here we go again. BJ, the first car on the field with DRS, using it to try and close on Cheese and get a better run at him down the main straight, if he can stay close. Into the last couple of corners. There you go here. Sniper leads, only just outside of DRS range right now. BJ has it all to himself now. He's looking to close the gap here, but Cheese is using a lot of his batteries to try and get within range of Sniper. Cheese has always got nothing left here. It's Badman closing on TJ. Now, as it stands right now, Sniper will lead the championship by 6 points if my count is correct. Sorry, that'd be 7 points. Thanks to the extra point he gets for fastest lap. Further back in the pack here, I see Fan in P9. Shane has got around Landlord and JB for 10th place. So the Hash driver put a point on the board here, trying to close down AlphaTauri, but Lycon's points will not be helping his case. I see Landlord sort of going for it there on Shane. There's your position change on the left, so Shane's getting the most places so far. Jensen on his debut has lost the most so far. So he's got some work to do. And tonight, not compare to his teammate, who is in the lead right now, with quite a comfortable advantage. Oh, and there goes Shane off the circuit. Let's rejoins behind JB, and now Landlord's in the points, and we'll try and take P9 off Fan on the main straight, I have no doubt. Cheese has lost a lot of his battery, and it's not paid off for him. Now BJ will try and close in with DRS to come down the main straight. Gets a brilliant toe into the braking zone, might try it into turn 1, yes he will, he's on the outside once again. Cheese defends the inside quite brilliantly indeed. And TJ's all over BJ now. Battle of the J's once again reigniting himself. Badman holding off Lyco behind. It's Red Bull versus AlphaTauri in the race for position. Five laps into this thing. And BJ again looks to try and close on Cheese, who's not really getting much DRS back. ERS, sorry. Speaking of DRS, BJ's got it, and he's put it to good use here. TJ's closing in on him too. And hugging into the pit lane here for a set of inters. Is there rain on its way, perhaps? We'll see if anyone else dashes off into the pits. Is there rain coming, or is this a simple mistake in terms of strategy calls, in which perhaps the hard tyres were intended? We'll keep an eye on the T-cam here on these cars, the TV pod offset. I see Cheese looking around as BJ's got in second place now. And Webb's taking P7 from Curtis Shepherd. BJ held in front of Landlord here, looking to try and defend that place, but Landlord won't let him have it. Sorry, that's JB, sorry. Landlord in P10 right now. Closing on Fan. This 4-car train all racing for P7, which is held by Webbsy, the number 7 Williams. Fan looking to the outside. Oh! The glitch there, off onto the grass ever so slightly. Struggling in the braking zone on the left. No sign of that rain yet. Yellow flag, and that is Evil Scotsman has gone off. As his teammate goes past him there, he rejoins with a broken end plate. Landlord passing Fan of P9. BJ's still in there in second, but he's got Cheese all over him right now. Into the last corner they come. Cheese at the advantage now this time. DRS deployed. But BJ using his battery there, and he's putting it to good use trying to get away. And now Cheese closes. BJ defends the inside now. Into the braking zone they go. It's going to be very, very tight between them through turn 2. They're side by side. Into the sweeping right-hander at turn 3. TJ might try and get involved there too. But BJ stays in front. TJ to the outside now. And looking to outbrake the Red Bull. Can't do it. Evil Scotsman, 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. And there it is. I'm seeing the first few drops of rain starting to appear on the circuit now. Here we go. And something tells me there's about to be a mad dash for intermediates. Evil Scotsman's in. Changing up that front wing. Top Gear passing Fergie Tander P15. Looking to get back in the action. Sniper Hunter will need a solid stop to keep himself in front of these cars here. As Lycon goes to the inside. Badman, it's very tight between them. Side by side through turn number 12. Oh, bit of contact there. Badman almost sends Lycon off into the gravel. So everyone's staying out here, so no one going for those inters just yet. Suppose it's not wet enough on the racetrack, but the rain is coming. You can definitely tell it is. Lando now closing the gap on Websy. To the outside, there he goes, charging on through, up into P7. Lando donning the number 5, formerly worn by Sebastian Vettel in Formula 1. Fan up into 9th place now, just taking Curtis, who might come back at him here, going towards turn 4. Curtis falls to the inside, side by side between the Alfa and the Mercedes. Into the corner they go. And Fan stays in front. Lando looking to get to work now, trying to close on the cars in front. It's about a 2-second gap to Lycon in 6th place. Sniper Hunter a 1.5 seconds in front. He's dominated so far. We're on lap 8 of this thing. The rain is falling, there's no doubt about that, as Badman trying to take Lycon. Lycon is out in front right now. Lycon, then TJ in front of him. And Cheese again. It's right on the back of BJ right now. Cheese closing all the time. He's going to move to the inside now. BJ has no time to get underneath him. And Cheese through with relative ease in 2nd place, and now starts trying to close down the race leader. I can imagine TJ probably getting pretty frustrated inside the car right now, just looking for an opportunity to try and counter and take one of these guys so we can try and get closer to Sniper in the lead, or at least try and minimise the damage. He finishes in 2nd place as it stands, with Sniper winning and having the fastest lap to his name. Then the championship lead will be down just 1 point, but in Sniper's favour. .4 seconds, 1.3 the gap. You can definitely see the rain a lot more now. She's going very wide there. You see the rain starting to impact some of these guys now on the racetrack. I hope everyone keep it on the racing line. Hardy has to move over there. He's on the inters. So he might go a bit too early though. He's practically going to go stationary in order to actually allow everyone through. So everyone's staying out here. Huggy then lets everyone go. Unfortunate start to this race so far for him. I see Websy, the next car into the pit lane. Making a change onto his intermediates. The next car to bite the bullet. The first one on the lead lap to do so. So Websy then, next third car onto Inters. I think we'll start seeing some more drivers making that decision to come in. Pulling out that advantage then, 1.8 seconds have the advantage. Cheese has lost 2nd place to BJ. He's going to try and get it back here. It was a very poor exit through turn 9 this time a lap ago. It's closing in now. Might try the inside. Nope. Backs out but stays in line. TJ want to try and take advantage of any mistake he can find on these two. They're so busy battling each other. Oh, there goes Cheese off the track and almost spinning into Lycon. And he's got to back it off into the gravel here. And gets us moving again down to P11 here. BJ now in 2nd place. TJ into 3rd. And now TJ has a clear run at BJ. Into 2nd place he goes. So just waiting for that moment to strike. And it came when he needed it. Shane passing Curtis for P8. Into turn 1 they go. And now Lycon getting around BJ too. He's having problems here. Badman is closing in too. What is going on to BJ Van Leeuwen in the Mercedes? Whatever it is, it's put TJ and Lycon into the podium places. More good points for AlphaTauri right now. That'll put them up to 32 points in the championship, which will help them increase their advantage over Haas, which going into today stood at 6 points. And Evil Scotsman's out of the race. He's crashed it. And the safety car's out. He's crashed it in the middle of the straight there. The safety car has been deployed. I think that's the right time to make the switch to intermediates. Third car out of the race within the third of the Grand Prix itself. And Lando with a penalty there for a collision with Evil Scotsman, so he may have hit him on the way past. I doubt he'd be happy with that. Sniper Hunter coming into the pits, I have no doubt. Yes, in he goes. BJ stays out. We'll see anyone else likes to take that chance. So everyone else is coming in. There is Sniper Hunter. Onto the hard tyres here. Then comes TJ. Again, hard tyres going on. So I think the rain might be subsiding, but certain drivers taking a bit more of a risk here. Lycon onto the Inters. Badman also onto them. So BJ leads now. Let's let safety car back through. Yes, there he goes. Then now back down to second, and TJ in third place. Lycon fourth, Badman fifth, both from the intermediates. Found onto the mediums. Cheese on the mediums too. Haven't made that stop. It's a tough one. You can see the rain, but the transition period perhaps not quite there yet. So now we wait for the field to all catch back up to each other before we get racing again. BJ leads, Sniper leads TJ. As it stands right now, with BJ in the lead, and TJ still leads their Drivers' Championship by just 3 points right now. So the last car to catch up will be Fergie time, and from there we'll go back to racing again. And there's no real standing water on the track right now, and there's no spray coming up from cars. So I suppose the risk isn't there just yet in terms of making that stop. On to lap 13 then, 20 laps to go and we get back underway. Which could be this lap, but it might be the next one. We'll have to wait and see. See Fergie now catching up. And I dare say we'll get a restart this time without doubt. And is it at this point, ladies and gentlemen, that I will ask, for those of you who are new around here, welcome to the Racers Driving League and welcome to the channel. If you guys are new around here, do make sure to subscribe for any future league racing content. We do league races on every so often on Thursday nights, and this one consistently every Monday without fail, unless something goes wrong, which has a few times already this season, but hopefully no more than that. Just the 2 races we've missed. This is the 6th race of the season we're covering, and the safety car's in this time, so we'll be able to get said race back underway. BJ, we'll have to wait to see how he handles this restart on those worn hard tyres. A track that is getting wetter. When will it be wet enough to warrant the Inter drivers making the right choice? And when does BJ choose to go here with his new last corner? We're going to choose to try and gun it here. Yes, there he goes. Didn't get away as much as you might have liked here, and Sniper on those soft tyres. Sorry, the new hard tyres are coming for him here. Badman looking around, trying to take Lycon into turn 1. Shane and Curtis going at it. Through turn 1 they go. BJ hasn't got away at all here. Sniper's right with him as they go through turn 3. Side by side, the Alfa Romeo and the Haas. I see a car going wide there. That's PJ Keller off the circuit. Rejoining. Huggy Bear allowing them through. Landon into the pit lane here for a fresh set of soft tyres on the restart. And TJ taking BJ for second now. Sniper taking the lead away. These two now set to resume their duel on the same tyres, battling for the race lead. No cars in the way. Cheese passing Curtis. PJ's dropping back here. We're trying to avoid dropping back. Webbsy all over him. And now it's JB to the inside. It's turn 9. Over the curb bit. They come very close to contact. And Jensen pulls out fresh soft tyres in the Alpine. Who try and sneak past. Won't do it on this occasion. Stays behind JB. Now going to the outside on the switchback through turn 12. Contact. Let's try inside. It's on the grass there. Very, very gutsy from the rookie in the Alpine. And the Top Cat's all over him here. Up front, it's the two championship antagonists, the two leaders. Fan now passing BJ for third. Fan has come roaring back despite that grip penalty. And there goes Lycon to the inside. Well over the curbs there. Cheese taking it underneath. And Badman might try and follow him through. He's going to try and follow through the winner of this duel. Keep right on board with these two. One of these guys will try and take BJ. I feel like it'll be Lycon. Won't go for it on this occasion, but Cheese is still there with him. Around the outside, the medium tyres working. Cheese. And out to the inside of BJ as well. Diving underneath. And taking P4 away. What a fight this was. But it's not over yet. There goes contact between BJ and Lycon. And there goes the AlphaTauri, almost losing the car completely. Through the gravel he goes. And Shane now in P6. And Lycon now falling out the points. And taking Jensen with him. Starting to see cars struggle now. Everyone all over the place on this circuit. Shane struggling there through turn number 11. Perhaps those enters were not the right call just yet. That was very tight there from Curtis on BJ. Very gutsy as the Mercedes, who led on the restart, elects to stay out. It's not worked out at all for him here. Those hard tyres have had their day. And I dare say it might be intermediate to go on the car now. Up front, DRS deployed. So despite the somewhat wet track, it's still not out of play just yet. Sniper leading TJ by about half a second now. Fan about just under 2 seconds behind. Cheese just over 2 seconds behind Fan. And Badman a further 2.5 back in 5th place. So good points for Red Bull right now. Shane has Curtis right behind him here. Shane hasn't scored since Baku. Oh, that looks to bring him home 4 rounds later. Oh, look, he goes off the track. Off into the gravel he goes. Yellow flag. He may have joined in a very dangerous position there. Oh, and there's contact behind. JB and Top Cat make contact. Off in turn 9. Oh, that's a big crash there. Fergie time out of the race. And the virtual safety car is out once again. And that is the danger of the blind right-hander of turn 9. VSC out. Batman's pit lane here. Now full safety car has been deployed. And the pit lane now getting a bit busier. And we're starting to see the rain a lot more now. But soft tyres going on the car. It looks to me as though the rain's getting stronger. It may have been a very good call for Badman. These guys all going to intermediate tyres, I think. Oh, no, sorry, no, we got an even split here. BJ onto inters. Jensen onto inters 2. I see JB making that change. And front wing change too. Well, the tyres here are very well distributed in terms of these guys, especially these guys up front who will have to come all the way around before they pit again. But well, lap 17, over the halfway mark of this race. And it is very entertaining indeed in terms of the strategy that's being implemented in this race. Sniper leads. We see these top 4 coming into the pit lane in fear for fresh enters. So have to wait and see. Keeping on these top 4 now. Waiting. See if he'll make that gamble. Sniper's in. Oh no, sorry, no, he's sold me a dummy. He's done that to me several times this season. I've been under the impression he's pitting, but he's not doing that. So all 4 of the leaders stay out here. I think everyone's pretty happy on their tyres they're on now. And we'll have to see. It's going to be a very interesting restart to see how the drivers on the inters do compared to the dry tyre runners. Lycon and Shane were the ones to keep an eye out on for in this restart. Because if the track is wet enough for it to play into their hands, and they'll be the ones to take full advantage of it. As everyone getting back up behind the safety car now, ready for the restart. JB with the last cars come round. And I think we might be able to get a restart in time. I have to wait and see here. It's going to be very close. We're maybe going in the last couple of corners on the circuit. I thought we'd get a restart this time. JB will definitely catch the pack in time. Huggy there at the back of the pack. Just only the top cat and JB behind him on the restart. I think we're getting one more lap here potentially. Nope, here we go. Safety cars in this lap. Here we go then. What will Sniper try and do? Is sort of BJ try and gun out of the last corner? Do you see Sniper employ anything different? The 2 championship protagonists once again. They're one behind the other. Sniper holds the fastest lap right now. He takes the championship lead by 1 point. Things stay how they are. We've got 15 laps to go. And Sniper's away. And he has left the field for dead here. Green flag goes back out on quite a wet looking Circuit de Barcelona Catalunya. She's closing on T. On Team P fan until 1. Not going to go for it just yet. Will we see anyone struggle? Yellow flag. And that is Huggy letting JB through. Badman passing Shane. We'll try and pass Landlord too. Lycon's keeping with that lead pack right now. It looks like the dry tyres are still the ones to be in play here. I'll have to wait and see the Inters try and take any stronghold in this race. Because if they do, Lycon's in position to try and win it. Depends on how long those Inters last for. And if the track gets wet enough for them to be employed. Landlord passing Lycon. Badman going through as well. So Lycon struggled there. Out of turn 12. It's turn 13 and now 14. And TJ and Fan both in the pit lane here. Cheese is in too. Badman stays out. JB with a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings here. Several of the lead cars now in the pit lane. Inter's going on. So this is it then. It's time for that transition. For the final 14 laps of this race. The Sniper Hunter will try and stay out for a lap longer here. As will Badman to try and gain a bit more time on the circuit. A mistake from Sniper could cost him this race, even with this amount of time left to go. Only got a few more cars waiting to come in here. BJ right behind Curtis and net P1 as it stands. Everyone's made their stops in terms of the one that's mandatory. BJ to the inside now. Underneath Curtis and looking for P3. Curtis off the track ever so slightly there. BJ still alongside him as they go into the right-hander. Websy passing PJ Khaled behind them. These two both stay out. And DRS is deployed, so the track declared by race control still not wet enough to switch it off. BJ closing on Curtis. Badman's in soft tyres here. Running in second place, looking to try and close down the race leader who's been brilliant so far today. That gap stagnating right now, not getting any bigger, not getting any smaller. Looking at about 2 seconds over Badman, Sniper Hunter. PJ Khaled passing Shane as is Jensen, is on to P8 now. Fantastic race from so far. And to P9 now. But looking on the inside there, the Alpine looking to push in front. He will push in front. Oh, Shane with a poor exit. There goes Top Cat around him too. Goes side by side towards turn number 7. Shane gets in front into 8. Will Top Cat go for it here? Because DRS is still in play. Oh, Shane off the racetrack. Big time there. Off in the gravel. And Top Cat doesn't need the DRS. He goes up into P9 now. And Badman is closing on Sniper Hunter there. 1.4 seconds the gap. But still persevering on those dry tyres. The track now almost pretty much fully wet. And I don't see how they can stay out for much longer on them, on those tyres. Sniper will try and make it to the end of the race, I reckon, if he doesn't pit. Unless he gets another safety car. Websy passing Lycon now for P5. This race is all over the place here. The rain has really, really upset the order. Everyone's all together right now. 5 cars on the racetrack, still on dry tyres. Sniper, Badman, Curtis, Websy and PJ. And Lycon is closing on Websy. BJ there behind Curtis. Still looking to try and find a way around him. There's still no spray being kicked up at all here. It's just not wet enough to require the disablement of DRS. And Badman is a 10th or 2 out now from taking said DRS. Could we see Badman take his first career win? Could it happen? PJ's all over Curtis. He's got a lot of battery, as does the Alfa Romeo driver. Sniper still in front here. And as far up front as he needs to be, with 10 laps to go. BJ closing the gap. Now on Curtis. Edging closer and closer. Curtis defends the inside. Siri being an interruption as usual. BJ goes for the 4th spot. So the 3rd spot. Yellow flag. I thought I saw a safety car for a second there. Shame with no front wing on the car. There's been some kind of problem on the main straight. And now Shane has to drive the rest of the lap here with no front wing. Websy into 4th place now, getting around Curtis. BJ getting around him too. Websy closing now to the inside. And breezing past the Alfa Romeo. And there goes Lycon trying to on the outside. Lycon goes off on the gravel. And Curtis very nearly joins him. A risk that Lycon took to try and go on the outside there, which probably wasn't worth taking. Puts him down several places. And Websy now is on in P4. PJ and Curtis side by side into the right-hander. Contact between the pair of them. DRS for Curtis to come to the main straight now. Lycon still there with both of them. PJ moving into the toe. Lycon closing again. Jensen closing too. Could Jensen put the car as high as P5 here? TJ passing JB. It's a big loss right now for TJ in the championship. Yellow flag, turn 1. That's Lycon has lost it. And Jensen now P6. Number of good cars here, scoring points. Badman, though, is still closing that gap on Sniper Hunter and looking for the lead. He needs DRS to stay in play for now. He wanted to be disabled if he took the lead. 9/10. And there it is. Once he gets in range, DRS is disabled, but the soft tyres might be falling off here, and his chances might be getting shot. Sniper's luck may have peaked just at the right time here for the DRS to be disabled and taken offline when his closest challenger is catching him. It may all come down to ERS management now, as well as control on dry tyres on a track that is still being rained on at the very end of this race. As we enter the final third now. Eight more laps to go. Should be 9 more laps. Curtis into the pit lane here. I might put on Inters to finish this race off. I shouldn't think there's any chance of the track drying out in the closing stages. Inter's going on. 4 cars left on dry tyres. Now Badman is closing even without the DRS. He's still doing a good job at closing that gap, but BJ's there behind him now. And I think those Inters might finally be coming into play. Can BJ try and swipe the lead? He's got to take Badman first, but he's on course to do that now. ERS deployed. Overtake button. Into the left hander they go. Dives to the inside. BJ up to second position now. It's hard tyres versus Inters. As the Top Cat takes P6 from Jensen. Yellow flag. And Shane's out at turn 1. And the virtual safety car has been deployed. Now Sniper Hunter and Badman both coming in here. BJ then stays out after staying out in the first safety car. Now taking the race lead away and pulling out a margin. And a big margin. Everyone off into the pit lane now. Jensen with a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pits, and that might cost him a good chance at debut points. Websy stays out. I'm sorry, no, Websy's not staying out. Several cars here who are on the Inters beforehand, now on the track, and now Sniper Hunter and Badman rejoin. Websy onto soft tyres. What's he thinking there? Lycon drive through for speeding under the safety car. That'd be his chances of points dead and buried, I think, after such a good race earlier on. Now Sniper is still here with the pack and now on fresh Inters. I'll take he and Badman. Well, a solid chance of winning this race with Badman with a penalty there. Drive through as well for speeding under the virtual safety car. And that will more or less knock out his chance of his first career win in the RDL. So it's down to Sniper Hunter. TJ now in second place. As of right now, extends his championship lead. That'll be the big story for this one now. Sniper. We're looking to win the race, but more importantly, we're looking to try and best TJ. He's got 7 laps to do it when he crosses the line. BJ out with a 8.8 second lead over TJ in second place. The gap between the two between the current lead and the former lead, now 13 seconds on the dot, more or less. 7 laps to go. Sniper already passing JB. He's getting to work now. JB falls out of favour with the right-hander yellow flag. And that's how you going slow to allow the rest of the lap cars through. Sniper getting to work now on C110P fan in 4th place. Good points for Mercedes right now. There's a position change. Landlord's gained 10 places right now. He's on course for a podium. Unless Sniper gets to him first. Huggy with a 3-second penalty there for multiple warnings. I'm sure he won't be too bothered by that. Badman now looks to make a move on JB as well. If he can get close enough. He's right there behind him. There he goes to the inside. Good exit from the Red Bull. And a Red Bull gets around the Ferrari. I've definitely seen this show before. Sniper closing big time on Fan now, right behind him. There is your interval, about half a second covering them. TJ is actually closing the gap on BJ by a second here. So this race isn't over the race for the lead. I say BJ might be in trouble if TJ can keep trying to close that gap. And if not, Sniper definitely will. ERS overtake deployed. And a good toe. Sniper pulling to the outside now. Looking for 4th place. It's very close between them. Fan almost backs out of it there, but he's still alongside. Oh, look at this Fan losing the car. Sniper takes P4 away. 1 place off the podium now. And closing in rapidly on Landlord and more crucially, TJ. BJ, unbeknownst to all this, is still pushing on for victory. Top Cat passing Websy here. I see Jensen there. I thought he was serving his drive-through for a second. That's just like on the pits serving his drive-through. Jensen had the penalty, sorry, 5 seconds for pit lane speeding. TJ 6.6 seconds behind that now, behind BJ. And Sniper closing on Landlord. With 5 more laps to go for BJ now, and he crosses the line, which will be in a few moments. Sniper right there on the back of him. Not using his battery. Neither one going for that button just yet. Sniper's closing all the time. JB passing Badman is off into the pit lane here to serve the drive-through. If he hustles it, he's still got a good chance of points, I'd say. Gets the car back up to speed again. If he can try and beat Curtis and Jensen out, it'd be preferable to him. Curtis closing. He's going to go late on the brakes. On the inside, it's very close between them. Almost contact, but Badman stays in front. He's now got 5 laps to close in 5 seconds on a soft-tired Websy. Going slightly wide there. Cheese now right behind him. PJ looking to take JB. Sniper looking to try and take Landlord. The gap down to 5.3 seconds for BJ. And TJ in the Alfa Romeo is running out of time here. Sniper Hunter is yet to win in the Racers Driving League. He's led the championship before he's won a race, which is a rare thing to do in racing. He's right on the back now of Landlord and pulls to the inside of the former champion. And the Ferrari slips down to P4. He might try and take TJ too. He won't dive to the inside. It'd be much more risky to try and do that. 4 laps to go for BJ. On course, trying to take his 2nd win of the season. PJ and JB going side by side into turn 1. Top gap behind them there. Aston Martin looking for any scrap he can try and sort out from this battle. And Badman's in front of Websy now. It's Badman back inside the points. Jensen passing Curtis. Curtis getting back around and Jensen nearly losing the car there. He's really struggling for grip. Especially through turn 3. Sniper's past Landlord, but he's still looking to try and take TJ. Will he go for it into turn 9? Bit too risky. 4 seconds to gap now. ERS deploys both cars here. Sniper to the outside. The 2 championship protagonists wheel to wheel into the left-hander at turn 11. Yellow flag, and that is Websy's gone around. A Sniper takes away 2nd place. TJ goes wide there. And Landlord has a lot of ERS left. I wouldn't say a podium is at the realms of possibility for him either, as TJ gets almost forced wide by the Ferrari. But Sniper is gone here. Gone to try and close down the 3.6 seconds to BJ in the final 3 laps of this race. TJ following a Landlord's wake here, but I think the podium chance is over for him. As of right now, if I look at the scoring, it's tied in the points. As it stands, the 2 championship leaders dead even right now, and neither one of them with the upper hand for race wins. Cheese passing JB into turn 1. Doing a fantastic job here in just a 2nd race. We've seen what we can do in previous leagues before. How much he's struggling there. Again, like Jensen was. Jensen running in P12 here on course to finish his debut race, which is brilliant to see. 2.3 the gap. Yellow flag, and that is Fowler's off the circuit. Hasn't lost a place, but he's lost a lot of time. I think P5 will be the best he can try and do now. With PJ, Cheese, and JB all closing on him. 1.8 seconds to gap now. BJ has Sniper in his mirrors. And the Warn Inters are not doing their job right now. TJ is there. Half second back from Landlord, trying to retake third place. Try and maintain his championship lead. But if Sniper wins the race, then that'll be out the question. He'll want to try and limit the damage done to his championship lead. 2 laps to go. BJ leads by just over a second. He cannot make a mistake. If he makes a mistake, he loses the race. These guys have got to bring it home within the white lines. And BJ's got to hope that Sniper cannot catch him, but he is closing on him. I've seen Sniper Hunter come close before. Yes, yet see him take a win in the Racers Driving League. So it could be the day. So he's probably got a very good run here into turn 9 to the lead is as good as his. BJ using his battery to try and stay in front. Perhaps Sniper is saving it for the main straight. Badman passing JB here. Yellow flag, and that is Websy off in turn 3. Sniper trying the outside here. Looking to make anything work. Both cars a lot of battery now. So come down to slipstream. Last lap here in Spain. Sniper going to try the outside. Half a car separates them. They're dead even. It's all a case of who's last on the stoppers. Into turn number 1 they go. Sniper around the outside. It's close between them. Side by side through 3 now. And Landlord behind them too. BJ on the inside into the lead. The Sniper is right there with him. Sniper out braking BJ. BJ's the inside line going in. And Landlord going to try and go charging through now past both cars. They've come very close to contact. 3 wide into the corner. Sniper on the inside now. BJ goes wide. Sniper into the lead. And that might just be the end of the matter. But Landlord's still there. He's got to hold off the former champion now. But I think he might be long gone. And I dare say the Alpine driver might have just been holding his breath there. And I've only got 1 more sector to go before he wins for the first time in the Racers Driving League. Here he comes now into turn at number 11 for the final time. JB spins out. Curtis inherits the final point on offer. But all 26 for the first time are going to go the way of Sniper Hunter with 2 corners to spare. Battling BJ and Landlord on the final lap. 2 proven race winners to now join them in their ranks. Off the final corner he comes to win at a Son Spanish Grand Prix. Sniper Hunter wins for the first time in the Racers Driving League, taking the championship lead outright over TJ, who comes home in 4th. Landlord and BJ will complete your podium. Fantastic driving from Stella on such worn intermediates. Fan home in 5th in the end, narrowly over PJ. Cheese home in 7th, puts the car in the grass over the line. Top Cat with some brilliant points there in 8th place after returning after 4 races out. Batman takes 9th, and Curtis will swipe the final points on offer. Double points for Alfa Romeo in the end. Jensen finishes in P11. It'll be Light onto the line in 12th, JB in 13th. And Huggy Bear will finish the race in 15th after such a chaotic race. But Sniper Hunter, then your winner for the first time this season, the first time in his RDL career. And we'll simply have to speak to him after a race like that, because that was absolutely fantastic stuff, especially at the end. And a race going from dry to wet. Very enjoyable indeed. JB's either out of, I think he might be out of fuel here, or just really struggling. I'm not sure what. He's got a puncture. Puncture on the car for JB. limping to the finish line here. A sniper gets up right behind him there. And does that count as JB finishing a lap down? JB is struggling to the line. Off the last corner. And to finish the race. Checker flag is there waiting for him. So that is your Grand Prix. What a finish that was. Lando gets the in-game driver of the day. It took JB a long time to get to the finish line there. Fantastic, fantastic race all around. The first win for Sniper Hunter in the Racers Driving Leagues. The celebrations get underway on the podium. Of course, we'll be switching over to interviews in a moment or two. Honestly, a fantastic race. You guys let me know your thoughts down in the chat below, because that was a brilliant, brilliant Grand Prix. I'm being told BJ finished the race with a rear right tyre finishing on 89%. So he was perhaps seconds away from a puncture there. Sniper Hunter then wins for the first time in the RDL. On top here, and here in the race, and in the championship. If I'm wrong, I'm sure he'll correct me. But a brilliant, brilliant drive, without a shadow of a doubt, in the wet conditions. And there's your final result. Sniper wins the race then from Landlord in second, and BJ finishing in third. TJ in fourth, then it's Fan in fifth place, PJ sixth, Cheese finishes seventh, Top Cat eighth, Badman ninth, and Curtis takes the final points paying place. Jensen on his debut in 11th, Lycon 12th, JB 13th, Websy 14th, Huggy in 15th, and your 5 DNFs, Shane, Fergie, Evil Scotsman, Courtney Goblin, and Pope, who of course went over on that first lap. So we get the interviews underway then. In a moment's time, we'll see if we can get both BJ and Landlord in. I see Sniper's already down there waiting, so we'll get those underway shortly. Perhaps one of the best races of the season, if I'm being entirely honest. Alright, so just the one interview so far. We'll see if anyone else joins up. But for now then, we'll allow Sniper to unmute a race winner for the first time in the Racers Driving League. I'm sure he's still there waiting for us to come and chat to him after what was a very exciting fair. Sniper, you there with us, mate? There we go. Well done, mate. Well, congratulations. You are a race winner in the RDL. How does it feel? Definitely, of course, the rain made a massive change to the Grand Prix. I mean, I was confused as to why you stayed out for so long. I mean, in terms of that second part of the race where the oh, sorry, I've been informed that you're muted on the stream. Sorry. Right, so okay, should be all good now. Right, so yeah, so in terms of that second part of the race where the it was sort of it was dry enough to not need to change onto the inters. What was the plan there? Because you stayed out on the hards for a long time.
Well, I was thinking about pitting for inters, but I thought, wouldn't it not be funny if I just go at the end on hards? So I just stayed out on the hards and prayed, and that's pretty much my strategy.
I mean, the prayers weren't quite answered in the end because you had to pit for the inters, but it was quite a chase there. Did you always think you were going to get those guys at the end?
I mean, I was settling for P2 for most of them laps until I saw BJ was losing multiple seconds a lap, and I thought, you know what, and I just sent it 110%. And I got past him on the final lap after what was a pretty good battle, good half a lap.
Yeah, you got to talk me through that final lap because that was absolutely intense stuff. Was there contact at any point, or was it all clean?
There was contact at 1 or 2 times, but it wasn't toxic. It was just driving in the wet, and I heard his tyres were on 90%, so I can't blame him.
Fair enough. Yeah, you see Landlord go for it at the end as well because he went to go for the outside of you guys. Almost made it 3 wide into turn 6.
Yeah, I got past him and I looked behind us and I saw BJ out wide and I was like, Landlord's going for it. And I was happy about that because I like Landlord. And he got past and that was a fun race.
Yeah, it's definitely enjoyable because you just got in front of them at the end. So that win means that you lead the Drivers' Championship once again. I can't count the maths because TJ came down finished in 4th in the end. So I'm not sure what the maths equate to. But you're quite a few points clear now. So now we've got the win under the belt. It's the championship next. What are we saying?
I think I'm going for it. I'm going to try my hardest. But I think me and TJ are once again split by 1 point because Landlord's obviously a reserve. So
Oh, yes,
I
true.
mean,
Yes.
1 point 10 minutes in. It's pretty crazy.
Very, very close. Is this what happens when Blaze isn't around to school a lot of you? So, yeah, congratulations on the race win. I'm sure you definitely enjoyed the race as much as we did watching it. So, yes, congratulations, and perhaps we'll see you next week in Canada.
Yeah, no one believed in us but God did. Easy win. See you all next week.
See you in a bit. So there you have it, just the one interview for tonight, unfortunately. No one else, unfortunately, turning up. So we'll cap it off for then. I do hope you guys enjoyed that race as much as I did. It was definitely an enjoyable one. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe for future RDL content, including any shorts from the race I may post in the week, plus that final lap, because that was absolutely insane stuff. So if you guys want to see that as an individual video, let me know in the comments below. So until my next video, you guys, and my next stream, we'll be back here with you next Monday for the Canadian Grand Prix, the last race without Pope in the comms box. Hopefully we'll be able to get a hot lap in for him this week. Commiserations to him for the unfortunate problems with him during qualifying, which meant he couldn't start. But regardless, we'll cap it off then. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we shall see you next time. Goodbye.